Hello friends, it's Nancy from Astrology and Angel Mediums, and today I have another deck review for you based off of my own personal experiences using a deck for quite some time. Now, I have had this deck for a couple of years. I purchased it on Amazon, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's probably some sort of AI deck. And this was, a couple of years ago, maybe even 3 years ago when I purchased this. So I wasn't super aware that that was something people were doing at the time, if that makes sense. I've now come to realize and recognize when there is kind of a deck that's been made with AI. So I do try to avoid them, but I did want to do a deck review on this deck because I think that it's an interesting one, and I bought it for the specific need of sometimes just wanting timing in a reading. I used to use it quite a lot with my in-person readings for clients that would want maybe some super clear direction as far as how timing would look in a particular situation. So again, I kind of bought this on Amazon. It doesn't have a creator or anything like that. It's just meant to be a 40 card oracle deck that you can kind of utilize, and there's no guidebook or anything like that. So it's very much like what it says is what it is and how you use it. So I did end up edging this one. This is one of the ones that I ended up kind of doing in my show me how you practice edging tutorial, I guess, and how to edge a deck. And I went with like this very bright purple. It's very deep, bright purple because I thought it would look really nice with the backs. And now looking at it, I'm like, it's obviously very AI, but it is a simple kind of tarot-sized deck that it has nice cardstock, nice imagery. It hasn't flaked on me. It's a little bit like an eggshell finish. It's not super matte. It's not super glossy. So, and I did kind of like that each of the images has a correspondence to what it means, right? So in November, we see kind of this fall time period. In August, we see these little fireflies. Next week, we have this like watch in a person, the next full moon. So it's pretty simple, right? It's not anything super complicated. I think you could just simply ask, hey, when will, what's the timing for this, or what should I know about the timing, or when can I do this, or whatever. And you can kind of just pull cards. So it's been really nice, especially if you like using tarot cards and maybe the cards don't always correspond time-wise with what you're trying to get some clarity on. Having something like this, and you can always make your own deck similar to this. While I am creative, I don't feel like I can make quality art to this degree, and I have tried to make time to do a collage style deck, but I'm like, there's so many nicer ones on the market that I'd rather just buy one, because I just kind of feel like I haven't been able to figure out how best to create things. Because I, as someone that has been doing this for a very long time, I have considered making my own deck. At one point in time, my best friend, because she was a graphic designer, and I had kind of put together a lot of concepts for what we wanted to do, but just due to time, financial resources, things like that, we never really got around to doing it before she had ended up passing away. So here I am, just trying to find different things that I can kind of use. I think that this would be fun to kind of add in as a magpie oracle deck as well. I just think that some of the imagery is fun and can be, again, very simple to use. I think anyone can pick up this deck and utilize it. I think it's nice to shuffle. It's pretty quality cardstock to me, as far as when it comes to mass produced. It doesn't bend quite as easy. There's no crazy creasing kind of happening with it or whatever. So things like this where it's like, okay, I just want some clarity on some things, within the next new moon, within a year, and then the next full moon. So if I were just to kind of think of like what sort of stuff I want to expect, which is kind of what I was like thinking in my mind, I can kind of see. And we're about to have these eclipses kind of moving on the Leo and Aquarius axis again. For those that may or may not know, I am a Leo rising. And so I kind of know that the next like 18 months are probably going to bring a lot of big shifts and changes to me and my identity and my relationships, partnerships, and businesses of that matter. So that is something I've been kind of considering, like what comes next, how's this going to look? And having a deck like this little Cosmic Timing Oracle deck, I'll link the Amazon thing below. I don't make commission or anything off of that stuff. I don't know how to do any of that. But if you're looking for a timing oracle and you want something that is simple enough that you can just kind of pick up, the imagery is, to me, hasn't been anything that has been offensive or harsh or anything like that with all kinds of different clients, which I do really appreciate when I do have decks that are kind of multi-use. Where people aren't going to be like, oh, that's really scary imagery, or that's very this, that, or the other. So if you're looking for a timing oracle, I think this is a great one. I think it can be pretty clear for giving you guidance. Anytime I've had to like kind of use it for my own readings and things like that, it has been pretty accurate. So I have also enjoyed the fact that it does, read really well in that way. So obviously, you're not going to be able to use this as a deck for doing like massive reading spreads with very specific questions that aren't related to timing. So obviously keep that in mind. And to some people, it's not great to have a deck that can do one thing, right? And to me, it's like I wanted something that I can kind of use for a timing oracle. So I hope that you enjoyed this deck review. Let me know what you guys think of this deck. Is this a deck that you have heard of or have in your collection? And if not, why not? I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please take care, stay safe, and as always, make great choices. Bye.